Atlars! Hello guys, and welcome to the second wing of Looking for Raid in the Emerald Nightmare, and today it's, wing 2, if you would call a wing, raid 2 in Looking for Raid. I'm sorry for the delay in regards to this. The reason is that I actually did a recording and did it, but for some reason it got screwed up, and the reason why it got screwed up is that I had a disconnect during the encounter, and I opened World of Warcraft again, and World of Warcraft would open in 2 instances, and one of the instances would be a broken or at least non-working version of World of Warcraft with some error message, and my recording software chose to record that software, record that instance of World of Warcraft, that is, which meant that I halfway through the raid would record the broken instance, and and I didn't really feel like uploading that, so, and that's the reason why I'm late with the second wing of Looking for Raid. But let's just get to it. We'll fight 3 bosses today. The first one is Ursoc, second one will be the dragons, and third one will be Cenarius. And you just go over the mobs here before you get to Ursoc. Like always, Looking for Raid is not very difficult, so it's just pull everything you can see and just have the raid kill it. It's horrifically easy. But if you're playing this on higher difficulties, you want to silence off the tentacles and just don't pull too much. It's pretty easy trash mobs here, so I wouldn't worry about it. And the thing is, Ursoc that we're getting to is a pretty easy encounter too, with very few mechanics, and the entire fight is basically just tank swapping. You will eventually charge into the raid, dealing crazy damage to a raid member, might even kill some. But I wouldn't worry too much about it. As you can see, a lot of raid damage was dealt here. That was the big bad stuff at the ground. Usually, like I always say, don't stand in stuff on the ground that you're not supposed to be in. It's not a problem then. But anyway, Ursoc. Let's just go. So this is basically, like I said, a tank swap. I will tell you when I've usually been swapping on this boss on higher difficulties. You see I got the first debuff here, now I'm waiting for the Rend Flesh, it's right there. Why he didn't let me take it, I don't know. I want the Rend Flesh before we do the swap. But again, this is piss easy on. Looking for raid difficulty, so I wouldn't worry about it. The thing is, the boss Ursoc on higher difficulties deals massive amounts of damage and have a decent health pool. So I guess this fight on higher difficulties would be a healer check, and not really a tank check, that is. As you can see, the next couple of bosses we'll go to will be let me just taunt. Will be a lot more tank orientated, but I'll tell you when we get to that point. Really, could probably keep myself alive during this encounter. I'm just guessing now. Self healing on the Death Knight is just ridiculous. We don't have that many damage mitigations, self protection, whatever. Like other tanks do. So we pretty much rely on just self-healing and the damage that we deal, I guess. I haven't done this boss on Heroic yet. I'm looking forward to it. Right now we are struggling with the dragons on Heroic. As you might have seen in some of my other videos, especially the recent one with the Heroic first boss of Emerald Nightmare. I mentioned that the guild that I'm in is pretty casual. You got it, alright. It's a pretty casual guild, so we're just having a lot of fun and just enjoying the actual raids. I guess it's been like, I haven't really hardcore raided since Wrath of the Lich King. Rend flesh on me or him? I'll just taunt again when my debuff here, Overwhelm, is out, just like this. People are getting picked off due to the targeting. You really want that Rend flesh, but no reason to taunt now. It's going to be a kill, and we'll be surprised if I even get gold on this encounter, since I've already looted this wing on looking for raid. And down goes the dragon. Nothing. No, I can actually do bonus rolls. I'm not gonna do that. So it's time to just get out of here and go to I think it's called the Twilight Dream with the dragons. I'll go into detail when we get there. Very little trash. Guess I don't need it. Nah. So let's just see. Yeah, the Emerald Dreamway. That's the name of it. There we go.
This was the Emerald Dreamway. During my long slumber, it was here I commuted.
So as you can see down here, we got the Sundray and the Terra.
The sacred place has been made into a conduit.
Just waiting for a few more raid members to join in.
This we cannot allow.
I guess we can go. Here in looking for raid, just take everything, but on high difficulties you want to keep them in check by silencing. See a lot of stuff going on here. Guess we're lagging healers right now. We'll try to keep myself alive. There we go. Blood shield. On high difficulties, you don't want to pull all this stuff around here. I'm not sure what the healers are doing actually. But I'm doing a pretty fine job of keeping myself alive. Should get my bone shields up though. But people should just rest up and go back in, since it's just trash. Should be a problem. I guess half the raid didn't know where to go. And you can see there's a dragon here called Rothos. And like all dragons, you want to take a dragon with him facing away from the raid, as dragons usually breathe some weird stuff. And this, I think, it also applies for Rothos here. So we just want to be on the safe side, just keep him like this. Always have the raid standing on the side of a dragon. And to be honest, the thing about these 2 dragons, or actually 3 dragons as you will see, or even more dragons on higher difficulties, I only think they have tail swipe on Mythic actually. Usually dragons do have tail swipe, but these don't. Why? I don't know. Maybe Blizzard would think that it would be too difficult for regular raiders to actually fight against dragons with tail swipe. I have no idea. Just an annoying amount of health pool. It's just useless trash here. So anyway, the thing about this boss is, do we even have another tank? I'm solo tanking. No, that's the paladin. Let's just say instance. So I'm gonna take Isandre, and he's going to take Terra. And the thing is that when we turn here, we're gonna separate them at each end of the room here. They got shared health, and as you can see, I'm should be getting a debuff. There we go, and it will stack up.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And it will stack till 10, and oh, we got Shades of Terra, so got Shades over there. But anyway, we'll stack to 10, and when it reaches 10, I will fall asleep for half a minute. But we really wanna avoid that. And the way we avoid it is that we're going to switch dragons. I'm always gonna tank at this point where I'm standing right now. We're always gonna switch at around 7 stacks. Got 4 now. Just gonna focus this tank so I can see the amount of stacks, because it can get out of sync if you're unlucky with during the dragon switches. I will show you what I mean. So we got Cenarius here, and he should really be getting Cenarius. You can see I will start to get Cenarius debuffs. Oh, Sundre. Really need to take. No, I got Sundre. Yeah, so I just need to take Cenarius. That's it. Because I'm starting to get Cenarius debuffs. Let's just get out of the way. Each dragon have various abilities. As you saw before, Terra, which is now flying, and just taking a look up here, is making shades of himself that you want to kill as first priority. Spawn 2 shades. I think the other 2 dragons make these plants, and these plants spawn horrors all the time. As you can see, horrors are just popping out. And the way to avoid these horrors is actually just have a guy standing on the plant. 5, he's on 5 too, that's fine. Usually there's no reason to tank these horrors as they die so easily. So you basically just want the DPS to actually kill the ads. These guys don't know. And you can see DBM says, it's time to switch to dragons. I'm just gonna take Isandra back, and I will start to get Isandra stacks. So the key on this encounter for being a tank is just to make sure you don't get 10 stacks of anything. So it's just swapping at 7 stacks, and you can see there will be dragon switches. It's like wrestling or something. It'll clap each other in or out. So Cenarius is now flying over here. On higher difficulties, more dragons will appear. And it will be, of course, way more difficult on higher difficulties because you have more dragons to pay attention to. It's always a good idea to focus target the other tank so you can see the amount of stacks. as the dragon switches, when the dragons are switching out with each other, can make things go a little crazy. Well, at least on higher difficulties. So just make sure that you know how many stacks this tank got.
4, 3, 2.
So I'm gonna get 7 stacks. I'm just gonna grab this. If you tank the dragons too close to each other, this dragon could start giving stacks to the other guy. So you just want to keep a nice spread. And that's why I want to switch on 7 stacks. Then you got a buffer on 3 stacks, which means that if it goes all crazy, you can see if you get 8 stacks and suddenly 9 stacks, you know you're too close to the previous dragon, and then just go further away. The room is pretty big, so shouldn't be a big deal. There we go. Down goes the dragons. And down goes the dragon is of course a reference to... You can't go up there. Oh yeah, sorry, it is up there. This is just a dreamway to where some of the dragons come from. As you can see, there's 4 dreamways. I think it's a total of 4 dragons that can come in total. I'm not sure though, but it's 4 dragons on Heroic at least, I think. Or is it 5 dragons? So yeah, let's go through the iris here. There we go, now we will face Cenarius. New people always get lost in here, and I blame them not. So you can see Cenarius down here, which will be the last boss of this wing. Cenarius can be tricky, well at least on high difficulty, piss easy on looking for raid, that is. I will go into details when we come down to Cenarius, but you can just... You're good with just killing the ads that will be here, and then you can just like walk down to the fighting area over the water here. It's a bit crooked, everything. Ideally, when you play on high difficulties, you want sort of control here, because it can't be an awful lot of damage being dealt. Shouldn't really be a problem on looking for raid. That's always the crazy thing about looking for raid. It's also chaotic all the time. People just doing random stuff. Oh, we got nightmares incoming here. Which happen when one of these guys die. I can't remember which. But just be aware. Do you really want to pick everything up? Oh, there we go. People jumping down so fast is just rude. Should always help on killing with ads. It was pretty boring. But it's not gonna go any faster killing the boss if people don't help on killing the ads. Whoa, let's go. So now it's Cenarius. I'll take boss, you take ads. Switch in phase 2. I'll tell you why I'm writing this, so let's just go.
The impurity must be cleansed.
4, 3, 2.
There is no debuff marker being given to me by the boss, so I can be on the boss the entire fight. Everybody in the raid will get this debuff, as you see here, and during the fight he will spawn these corruptions, and someone triggered that thing over there, and that was not the point. So we're just gonna take him over here. Usually it's the tank that's going to trigger what sort of thing is going to spawn, because the thing that we go to and pick is where this pool of green stuff will spawn, and this pool of green stuff is actually what is needed to cleanse this Creeping Nightmare. And you want to cleanse Creeping Nightmare on 20 stacks. You can see Malfurion standing here to help us. So let's just go in, and you can see as I cleanse myself, it is removed, and the pool gets smaller as people are cleansing, so you do not want to stand in the pool all the time. Because you're not going to leave anything to cleanse to other raid members. So only cleanse once and get out of it.
4, 3, 2,
So force of nature here. So you want to go over here? Yeah, I want to take the wisps first. That's why I'm going to go here. Malfurion will help us. There we go. I'm going to go out again so I don't trigger every cleansing of the pool here. And I think on normal and heroic difficulty will always be, I'm not sure, 3 or maybe 4 on a bit higher difficulty, can't remember. And the first thing you go to will be cleansed by Malfurion. You can only cleanse one thing, and this pool will appear that cleanses the debuffs. That will be cleansed on 20 stacks. The other Nightmarish will spawn into twisted things, and that will be considered the ads. It's either twisted sisters, or dragons, or wisps, or treants. So there's 4 things that can happen, as I recall. And you can see this thing going around on the ground that is rooting stuff. So you really do not want to stand that. And this is the treant tree. Yep, just gonna take that. Just gonna go out again. Standing this healing pool at least. The dragons that spawn, the dragons come out of the eggs that spawn. I think it's completely random whether it's going to be dragons, twisted scissors, wisps, or treants. But dragons are spawned from the eggs, and when dragons are taken down to X amount of health, they will start doing raid damage. So ideally, you want to single target dragons down ASAP. Twisted scissors, I can't really recall what they're doing, but you can see it in the raid guide. They're pretty annoying. But as far as I know, the thing you wanna go to whenever you have the possibility is the wisps. Oh. So he just did a nightmare spear, and that's where you're doing the tank switches. So now he did it on me, and all this thing will spawn, and now the Pala should tank. I don't know why he's not taunting. He's there. No. Oh, he got it. It's cool. Because it's going to deal a massive amount of damage. So if you're taking Cenarius at first, you really just wanna take the first spear, and then you should do a tank swap, and for every spear you should swap. And then don't stand in that twisted creep over there, because it's dealing massive amounts of damage. So this was like, yeah, the second part of the second wing of the Emerald Nightmare. So I think the last one will only be Saviors, and that should be pretty easy as well. The Saviors room will be found when you jump down here or talk with Malfurion. You'll be transformed into a wisp or something and fly down here into this Nightmarish. And it's a big fog room. And it's pretty cool, and wave of ads will come to you, and then Saviors will come. But as always, if you haven't already, please subscribe, leave a like. Can use all the support that I can get. So thank you for watching, and have a great evening. Goodbye. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the link in the video.